Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans were beginning to wonder if they needed to push the panic button. And I kept telling them, no, it is not necessary to hit the panic button. They just needed to get a few guys back. And Bucky Irving coming back and them starting to see this team become the rounded team that they had earlier in the season is a huge help. Bucky Irving comes in 17 carries, 61 yards and a touchdown, and really gave them something that they had been missing. Rasheed White, an excellent running back, and a guy who can get you yards, but Bucky has that burst, has that ability to get outside, run guys over, and still be on his feet and gain yards. And he really helped this offense out against the Cardinals on Sunday, giving them a balance that they needed. But it was also cool to see this guy, Baker Mayfield, also getting involved in the running game as well. And it seems like when Baker Mayfield runs the football, things get real testy. Guys get really up for their football game and really start to become more physical. You know, Baker is a physical presence, provides a physical presence with his running style, the way that he carries himself out there on the football field as a leader. And it really showed in this football game against an opportunistic Cardinals defense that has looked pretty good overall, on both sides of the ball. And they were able to do some things that they hadn't been able to do over the last 3 games, where that 3-game losing streak, they weren't able to do some of the things that they normally like doing because of the missing pieces. And this is a much needed win to get them off of that 3-game slide and back towards charging for the division and getting into the playoffs. You know, they were able to get, guys like Worth involved in the passing game. Wasn't that cool to see the big guy get a touchdown? It was really good for them to get that touchdown. And the defense came back, coming in, putting pressure on Jacoby Brissett. Look, this defense is not in the top half as far as stopping the pass, but they are number 6 in rushing defense, only allowing 97.4 yards and only 87 of those rushing yards yesterday. Now, they could improve in their yards per rush at 4.2. That's 15th within the league. But when you can hold guys under 100 yards of rushing, it's very key. It means that you have pretty much fundamentally did what most teams are trying to do, and that's make them one-dimensional. And so that means they have to pass a little bit more. Also helps when you can be up in the football game as well and get an opportunity to kind of put some points on the board early and put a little pressure on your opposing team's offense. With that said, they did an excellent job of just playing ball, forcing fumbles, getting an opportunity to put hits on the quarterback, and being disruptive. And they got them off the field in key moments that was able to help them seal this football game. As we look forward to their matchups here in the upcoming weeks, they will be taking on the New Orleans Saints this upcoming Sunday on CBS. And look, it's another tough divisional game and a team in the Saints that you really can't overlook. Again, they were involved in a game against the Miami Dolphins, and they were in that game until they weren't. 21-17 was the final, but they put up a fight. And I know Miami's not the best and the most consistent football team, but when you talk about the New Orleans Saints, they are not a team or any team that you can go in and just roll out the helmets and think you're going to get a win. That's not going to happen at all. And the Bucs are going to have to build on what they did and get themselves back into the dominant fashion that we saw them earlier in this football season. And I say it again, and I stand by it. No reason to panic. I think this team still wins the division. They are really the 4th seed right now within the playoffs. If they were to be ending today, they are the 4th seed. I expect them to continue to charge forward to win this division. Carolina's playing good football. And they played a real tough brand of football this weekend, getting themselves a much needed win over a team in the Los Angeles Rams that many of us feel is the Super Bowl front runner. So everything's hunky dory, everything's good. 7-6 Panthers. You guys over here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 7-5. Just must keep pace, and they have a good opportunity to do that as the schedule continues to get a little bit easier, and you will have an opportunity to face the Carolina Panthers twice. And it'll be important to at least win one of those. But the schedule gets a little bit fairer as you will take on the Falcons after the Saints. Then you're at Carolina, at Miami, and then they will be in Tampa Bay for the final game of the season. Those Carolina Panthers will. So I can see them at least going 4-1 in all of this. But the ideal thing to do is to get rid of your division foe by beating them twice. And then there's no question that you be the division winner. And that's what you're trying to do because you want to get that first round home playoff game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Broncos update. I'm NotBland.